I think maybe the notion of why people say unattractive men, less conventionally attractive men, will treat you better is because they are oppressed by more attractive men. Because as patriarchy is a hierarchy, so is beauty. Because beauty in this world, conventional attractiveness is really your proximity and how white you look. And I think women project onto men how they would react in their situation, and that they would alchemize their hurt to help other people or to treat other people better because they've been treated badly. But usually what happens with men when they're oppressed, they will punch down on people that they perceive as lower on the totem pole. And so what happens is a lot of the time you will be in a relationship or in a connection with a less attractive man. And I'm using air quotes when I say attractive, because when I say attractive, I just mean conventionally attractive. And conventional attractiveness just really has to do with whiteness, texturism, featureism. And I think a lot of men in general are jealous of women and are jealous of our beauty, and a lot of men have something called womb envy. And I think why women are realizing now that the notion that they don't cheat or will treat us better is partially because of the internet, because women have been sharing stories about how men have treated them across the world, and have found it doesn't really matter where you are, men use the same tactics to manipulate and abuse women. And sometimes I think actually unattractive men are more likely to cheat, because once they are in a relationship with a woman who is very attractive or the world deems very attractive, it's a status symbol for them. And then because they're with that woman, they just assume that all women like her would want to be with him, and so it gives them a false sense of confidence, even though with that woman they haven't even improved anything about themselves. And also I think another notion that is being shattered because of the internet is that women are told if you are attractive enough, if you are successful enough, rich enough, etc., that you will not be cheated on. And now we know that is not true. Okay, so the moral of the story is that because men react differently to being oppressed because of how they are socialized to not regulate their emotions, to not have empathy for themselves or others, that is why they are reacting differently to being oppressed, even if it's not being oppressed by the patriarchy as much as women are oppressed by the patriarchy. There are still other forms of oppression that exist that are harming them, but they don't alchemize their pain or being oppressed to help others or to treat people better than how they've been treated. They take more of an emotionally and cognitively easy route of punching down on others.